welcome to the House of the Spirits. Welcome home. This is a reading for the sign of Pisces for the month of September. So right away, we are starting with Kuan Yin with the keyword compassion. And this specific energy is very dear to me. It has been in my family for several generations, this connection to this specific entity. And this card here for me is symbolizing that it's something that in your life that you have opened your heart to, or someone. And this whole reading is about a warning about that person or situation. Why? Because we have Tot and Min. Min is more or less the equivalent to the Devil card. And I'm going to cover it a little bit like this. Make sure that YouTube is okay with the picture. So this combination, this particular combination to me is talking about some sort of a deceiving energy. There's someone who appeared to be something that they're not, and maybe used you to their own devices so that their interests would be prioritized. And it is about manipulation a little bit, but it can be other techniques or other relationship dynamics at play. But I think that something is not right here. And I'm saying this because I'll get to the center of the reading, but I think that you are getting a clue about this in meditation. You are receiving some sort of gift of illumination, of wisdom, and it's something that's going to help you a lot with this. And I feel like there is a sense of suffering here. So this is a reading that is for those of you who feel like there's a painful relationship in your life right now. There's something that's not right. If something is a little bit off, it's something that you feel in your heart, for sure. So this is a very emotional, deep, profound connection in your life, but something's off. There's something here because we have a very interesting story here in the middle. We start with the moon and the Hierophant. So to me, this is also very connected to this spiritual practice. There's something coming to you in meditation. I am certainly talking to you, to people who are practicing something, some sort of discipline, and to someone who has a very, how do I say it? Not orderly, but disciplined, or there's a very rational approach to spirituality here. And I don't know, this is just a channeling. So there's a study here. I feel like there's either it is a religion or it is a spiritual practice that requires study, that requires a lot of understanding and some rationality. I feel like this is going to be very important for you this month, because it's through that practice that you are going to know what happened and why this hurt might have happened. And why do I say this? I mean, the moon is your card, right? It's the card of Pisces, and you have the Hierophant. So I feel like there's immense power in your skills as a Pisces. So whatever are the characteristics of Pisces. I feel like they're very, they're like being triggered, and they're coming alive this month, so next September. But there's a story of vengeance and justice being made this month also. So there's something about achieving a sense of justice in a specific situation. And because you have compassion here, I feel like there's been this unfairness. There's something hidden that needs to come to the surface. It's coming to the surface through you using your skills as a meditator, as a practitioner of some sort of spiritual lineage, maybe even, because for me Kuan Yin is also a symbol of lineage, because personally, if it appears, it's my card of lineage, right? So it's my lineage, my spiritual lineage. So I feel like there's something that about lineage, about inheritance, about legacy, that has to do with these two tens. And there's justice and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like there's this sense of vengeance, of making things right, of correcting things through study and meditation. And through this process, you are going to achieve some sort of grace. You're going to be given something, because Kuan Yin is about sacrifice, but it's also about receiving a gift. It's like these two extremes of love. I hope I'm being clear. So you have this more earthly love, that's a connection to others, that has a physical side, an emotional side. There's a sort of entanglement in the threads of karma, right? But compassion is the same vibration, the same energy, but without those threads. So there's immense freedom in compassion, but it's also the warmest embrace of all, because it's all-encompassing. It doesn't separate. It doesn't split things. It doesn't put things aside. It just connects everything. It's more subtle. It's love, but in a more elevated vibration. So I really feel like you are receiving a gift because you are aligning with that vibration. And there's also an understanding of some kind of imbalance. There's a balance that has to be restored. And although there's only one card that's really karmic here, that's justice, I feel like there's this very karmic thread that's being cut this month for you. There's also this feeling about reestablishing good reputation here with the Justice and the Ten of Cups. Oh, okay. So maybe there's someone who has considerate amount of power that has been talking behind your back about you and saying wrong things, saying things that are not correct, and sometimes being mean, being applying too much significance to certain things, or overemphasizing significance of certain aspects of yourself to make it seem like it's a horrible flaw in your character, when in fact that's actually what makes you stand out and what makes you valuable. And it's creating this sort of blockage, or like a, I see like a, it's like a dome that is suffocating, that is removing the oxygen, let's say, from that possibility, from that potential. And oh, okay, so because I understand, so because this person has been like poisoning your connections, people won't talk to you and won't come to you for the right things. They have the wrong idea about you. And I feel like this person has a lot of influence, but all the power that that person has comes from God. The real power comes from God, comes from spirit. So if the wheels of justice and karma and the wheels of fate turn, that person can't stop. You know, there are no earthly powers that can override the powers of God and spirit. So I feel like the tables will turn very soon, and your reputation will, you will be avenged, and it will be so powerful, so massive, that you will create a lot of abundance with what you are doing. Because I feel like whatever this person was doing, it was keeping you from like buried treasure. And it's something that was yours from the beginning. So it's not something that you have to kind of fight for, let's say. But in a sense, there is a fight. There is a correction that's coming, that it's quite blunt, and it's a bit aggressive, but it's not violent. It's just very blunt and very, you know, forthcoming. Like, yeah. And it's like in your face suddenly. And then you have all these possibilities to create a lot of abundance for yourself. It's very interesting. And I feel like this is, you're working in something that's connected with spirituality, with spirit, because you have receiving a gift, and you have the Knave of Chalices, and this specific Knave of Chalices or Page of Cups is related to meditation, to study. And because you have also the Hierophant, and it's such to me, there's this connection to spiritual practices here. You have all these eyes. This is also the always the thing that catches my attention, catches my eye in this card, is all the eyes in the on the wall. It's so strange if you consider the whole context of the just a Christmas tree with the presents, and you have a cat, and then you have all these eyes on the wall. And to me, this is like you are protected. You are going to receive a blessing from spirit. You have all these eyes, like divine eyes on you. And I also think that this is also a sign that you are going to change so much in people's eyes this month. So this month, people are going to see you in such a different light. It's incredible because you have the moon. The moon is like an inversion. It's like a mirror that is distorting reality, that has all this like smoke and darkness. It creates an inverted version of reality. And then you have Justice and the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Swords with the Ten of Pentacles. So it's really like there's a massive change in the way people perceive you and recognize you. You are avenged. And I don't even think that this is something that you are going to do specifically. I think you are going to feel avenged once you really start working and having the feedback that you were waiting for all your efforts. Because I feel like before maybe you weren't really getting what you were, entitled to, because you were working and not really having a good feedback. You were making the right sacrifices. This is for sure with Kuan Yin. You are making the right sacrifices. You are giving so much of you. You are opening your heart. And people were taking advantage of you, I feel, and creating the wrong idea about you to others also, like smearing, like reputation, damaging your reputation to others, making people might even be like afraid of you, or having this completely distorted idea of who you are. And I feel like this is also something that will be revealed to you. I feel there's this sort of revelation. There's also this feeling of being in a receiving position and getting what you need in meditation, or in it's not a very dynamic, like action oriented reading. I feel like this is just a blessing that comes to you. It's just something that you receive because you deserved it. You earned the right to be treated in a specific way that is in accordance to who you really are and what you really bring to the table. What is the reality of the situation? So let's see. The Lovers. Interesting. Let me just see. The Empress. Wow. The Emperor. Okay. And the Knight of Wands. Okay. So this is very interesting. I feel like this is a whole new layer to the reading, and maybe it's also a part of that justice that's being made. So I feel like someone is choosing someone, and I'm not sure who you are. You can be the Empress or you can be the Emperor. It can really go both ways. But considering the Empress, if you were the Empress, I feel like there's an Emperor coming in. It's choosing you, and it's being very quick and very blunt, and it's going to create a lot of movement in your life. And I feel like this is also a part of the receiving and the blessing. So this is an incredible month for Pisces. It's really this receiving mode. There's not a lot to be done. I think the work is done. What you did is already deserving of feedback, positive feedback from the universe, from your context. But there's also this grace that is coming of love. And it's all because you are healing this. You are respecting yourself, having compassion for yourself also. Because you are also receiving. So it's kind of a giving and receiving, giving and receiving. People perceive you in a certain way, and you change your perception of yourself to, like, okay, so this is who I am. This mirror is no longer distorted. So this is what I feel for you, is that this month you are also getting the blessing of having a good mirror, like a white mirror instead of the black mirror. You're having the white mirror in your life. So someone who will mirror your energy, who is equal to you and corresponds to your energy, balancing your energy. And there's this click that is going to happen. It's very quick, like cha, like a spark that initiates everything going forward. And it's like an offering from the universe. So my God, beautiful reading, Pisces. And I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I hope to see you again very soon. Bye.